Hi, my name is Aaron J. Marks. You can find out more about me at aaronjmarks.com. I'm a visionary purpose coach and a metaphysical leadership mentor. To my knowledge, I'm the only one in human history who's claimed either of those titles, and those that know me well tell me they couldn't imagine better ones for me. For as long as I can remember, I felt like my mind has worked just a little differently than most people's. At times it's been uncomfortable, but I've begun to see that it's actually incredibly important and that there's never been a better time to share the way that I think and see with the creative and entrepreneurial leaders out there who need to hear it. This is my podcast, A Higher Level. Everything we think, see, and do here happens on a higher level, and that makes all the difference. For some of you, these are among the most important and transformational conversations you will ever hear, and they will fill in something you may not have even known was missing, but something that is essential for your happiness and transformation. This podcast is all about creating a space for these conversations, a place to explore your deepest and most persistent questions about the human condition, a place to dream, play, and muse about the meaning of it all, a place people tell me only I can help them access, and a place of crucial importance for the human spirit and our future as the human race. On a higher level, everything is vast, rich, beautiful, and deeply optimistic. Join me there now, on a higher level. Hi, this is Aaron of aaronjmarks.com. I'm a visionary purpose coach and metaphysical leadership mentor. Welcome to another episode of my podcast, A Higher Level. It's good to be with you. And this is sort of a brief episode, another little interlude. I just sat down yesterday, as of this recording, and I recorded an entire series about my central metaphysical model, the 5 realms. And it ended up being like 2 hours, all things considered. And I just sat down and I blew through it. It ended up being, I think, like 7 different episodes. So that is going to be after this. And I'm currently editing and packaging all those up. So that'll be a nice series that follows. I really enjoyed recording that. That metaphysical model is it's central to everything that I teach and guide leaders to do, as they navigate the present moment, that we all do. All time, space, and existence and the human condition is on there somewhere. And there's just so many insights that it produces. So I'm looking forward to that series and giving you a guided tour of that. It's a 2-hour thing. I can talk for 2 hours about that framework is what I learned. I wanted to just hop on and do another interlude, to kind of tide you over until then. And I want to briefly read a Facebook post that I wrote after the last presentation I gave, which tied together all these themes that I've been coaching people about and thinking about. To kind of unify on my thinking. So I boiled it down to 3 points, and so I'm going to read them now. 3 major ideas that are clear to me after presenting this week. Number 1, the one thing I know at this point is that even though none of us asked to be here, we are all in this together, and that has to be a good thing. While there are wrong actions and outcomes, there is no wrong way to experience the human condition. This is a great moral responsibility that weighs upon us all, and our history is the story of us collectively discerning this, which is still happening and will never be completed. Number 2, the central paradox of our existence is that as growth-oriented beings, we require endless opportunities to solve problems and heal traumas, which means the human experience can never be perfected, and this can cause great cognitive dissonance and existential despair when sublimated. Awakening to this absurdity is the first step to finding peace, purpose, and joy. And number 3, as creative entrepreneurial leaders, which is all of us, our only work is persuasion, and the only tool we have is communication. This is true in all times and places. Communication is truly effective and authentic when it emanates from the conviction that arises around the perspective given by our unique vantage point within the human condition and the vision that grants us of what is not yet here. In conclusion, we exist, we see, we aspire. We communicate, we persuade, we create. That's the game. So Yeah, that was how I summed up an hour, and also summed up a year, because I've been thinking about all of these themes for about a year now. And that's been, a remarkable journey. And it's been just really beautiful to see the leaders that I coach, become inspired by this, just, this deeper understanding they have of themselves and reality and their place here. And, that the present moment is all that we really ever have. And, it's like, what is our mental and metaphysical model and framework for contemplating and motivating the action that we take in each moment. Ultimately, that's what I'm here to do. That's what I'm here to help you see. So I want to talk about four topics that I, sort of realize I can boil my coaching and teaching down to as well. That I've been contemplating. So I'll probably do a series about these four after the metaphysical realms series, unless I come up with something else. So the four concepts are I just have to gather my thoughts. So the four concepts are narrative trauma, existential friction, combinatorial explosion, and the sublimated absurdity of the ideal of the imperfectible. Okay. So as far as I know, those are combinatorial explosion is not an original term, but I'm pretty sure all the other three are. So, existential friction and narrative trauma, and the sublimated absurdity of the ideal of imperfectibility. Like those are all original terms to my thinking, as far as I can tell. And all of these deal with some way that we are motivated by the past or by our vision of the future through the present moment and the challenges that we have, as we contemplate what is that action that we take next. So, so like I said, as I help people, as I help leaders, tap into their purpose and consider the entire flow of history and how they relate to that. Those are the four kind of topics, or the four ways to describe that come up, and they all relate to something very deep and important in our psyches, and just sort of our collective understanding of the human condition. So I will look forward to getting into those. Again, let me just name them one more time. So it's narrative trauma, existential friction, combinatorial explosion, and the sublimated absurdity of the ideal of imperfectibility. So I'll look forward to getting into those after the guided tour of the metaphysics. So hope you enjoyed this brief interlude episode. And this has been a Higher Level podcast. That's the official podcast of Aaron J. Marks, visionary purpose coach and metaphysical leadership mentor. And I will see you in the next episode. Thanks so much for listening to A Higher Level. I hope that got you seeing, thinking, and acting just a little differently, or maybe even a lot. When you act differently, you get different results. But we need to start with the vision and the thinking. How do you feel? Ready to go and make positive, inspiring changes in your life and work? If so, it means what we're doing here is working, and I would love for you to let me know if this is you. There's a bunch of ways for you to get in touch with me. You can go to my website, aaronjmarks.com, or look for Aaron J. Marks, visionary purpose coach and metaphysical leadership mentor on Facebook, or you can look for Aaron J. Marks on LinkedIn or Instagram, whatever is easiest for you. And if this is speaking to you, I might suggest that you think about becoming one of my leadership coaching clients. In our work together, we'll have conversations on this level, but tailored just to your life and aspirations. You really can't imagine what a difference this can make for your mindset, vision, and results. The first step after learning more about my approach is to book a free, no-obligation discovery call, both of which you can do at aaronjmarks.com. If your intuition is nudging you, don't wait any longer. It is likely the next step along the marvelous journey of wherever you are here to go and whatever it is you are here to do. And I can't wait to meet you. Thanks again for listening, everyone. I'll see you on the next episode when we'll continue to see, think, and act on a higher level. I'll see you then. A Higher Level is the official podcast of Aaron J. Marks, visionary purpose coach and metaphysical leadership mentor. Learn more at www.aaronjmarks.com. A Higher Level is written, recorded, edited, and produced by Aaron J. Marks. Music is by Arie. I'll see you next time on A Higher Level.